Yeah, I hear you. I'm not ready to throw out Montembeault just yet. I feel like, he's off to a slow start. He did get married pretty late in the off season. Not saying that's an excuse or anything, but, I think we can be real about that. Going on with Montembeault right now definitely does not look like certainly didn't look like himself on Saturday, so we'll see what happens. So we're gonna see Veleno and Jackeye and Struble back in the lineup tonight. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I thought Veleno was all right on Saturday. Certainly wasn't the biggest problem by any means. Monty is fine. He will find his form again. I think so too. I mean, way too easy to assume the worst with goalies when they have a bad game, especially when you're a goalie like Montembeault, who's not, Montembeault is not. He's a good goalie, serviceable goalie. I think he's a borderline all-star goalie. Certainly last year he was, but nobody's confusing him for a Vezina winner, so when he has a couple of bad games, it's sort of, you know, people feel a little bit uneasy. I would also say one of the reasons why is because Dobes is, for a 24-year-old goalie, remarkably poised and seems quite unbothered by the pressures of the game, so there's something a little special about Dobesh, I find, that I think, when Primo was there, and I would argue even when Jake Allen was there, I think people were still like, Montembeault's gonna beat those guys in the end." But Dobesh is kind of a special case. Hey, Rick. Hey, Steven. Hey, John. Hello, hello, hello. We got a slightly late start time tonight. I gotta ask, does everybody have, Amazon Prime? I don't have Amazon Prime. I am watching on RDS tonight. Um, although I can't say that I dislike the Amazon Prime, telecast. It's actually fantastic. I don't watch enough TV to warrant it, and I don't order things on Amazon. So, I don't really I don't really have a big compelling need to get Amazon Prime, but, Shout out to anybody who does. You're on Sportsnet Plus. Yeah, did they show the okay, did they show the game? I wasn't sure. I am watching it on RDS. I did not know if it was on Sportsnet Plus or not. You like the extra half hour before the game that Prime features? Is there stuff going on right now on Amazon Prime? Am I missing like fun interviews and pregame stuff? RDS is just kind of doing the usual right now, so which is totally fine, getting me prepped. There's a Joe Valeno interview. Last year, Dobes let in 5 goals in his first 4 games, then he let in 16 in his next 4. So what's going on right now is not special. Yeah, I mean, he is a 24-year-old goaltender. Totally reasonable to think he is going to lay a turkey tonight or any night. It comes with the territory, type of goalie he is. Yeah, hopefully not tonight against the Sabres. Sabres divisional matchup. The Sabres have not made the playoffs since I think the Obama administration, and not looking good so far. They already seem like another season where they're contemplating selling off some players. They already sold off Jack Eichel and Sam Reinhart to great effect. So maybe Owen Power and Rasmus Dahlin and Hab fan favorite Tage Thompson might be available. We're not even gonna have the discussion. If Tage Thompson were to ever become available, the Canadiens should absolutely just throw whatever to get him because he's very, very, I think, well paid, very affordable signing. So that's what I would say. I would say if Tage Thompson were ever become available, the Canadiens would have to. Not that I think Buffalo would want to trade him. Monty had the same ups and downs. No reason to go crazy on either. Yeah, Montembeault. I mean, Montembeault. What took 4 years to be like a half decent goalie? I mean, these things take time. Montembeault's still kind of young in goalie years. To be honest, he's not even he. I mean, goalies they could sometimes are on the wrong side of 30 when they really start like being elite. So if you're not a Carey Price Hall of Famer type. So, yeah, no reason to think that Monty is cooked. No reason to think Dobesh is the second coming of Ken Dryden. None of these things are guaranteed. That being said, Dobesh has looked great so far. Montembeault has not. So, I gotta ask if you think there's a goalie controversy going. It seems like you guys are nice and chill, which I like. I like it when we're chill. I don't like it when we're panicking. But I will say, the Canadiens lose to the Sabres tonight. Might be right before heading out west when they have these grueling road trips they never seem to do well on. If that happens, okay, fair enough. I don't know. I disagree. Dobes is showing positioning signs of starting goalie in the NHL. Yeah, Dobes. When Dobes plays well, and right now he's got a 940 save percentage. He's big. He moves laterally so quickly. You know, he's not necessarily the most. He's not. Again, he's not like Carey Price, who's super economical with his movements back there. But for a guy that size, he moves really well and covers the net well. This is like again, arguably a very good problem to have. That if Dobesh has a really good season and pushes Montembeault, and then you got Fowler coming, and Montembeault stays, a pretty solid goalie in this league, which I think, fair to assume that he will. Yeah, lots to be happy about for the Habs and Nets. I don't necessarily know the final order here, but I do feel like the Canadiens are pretty set. And they've got Capo Kakkonen that they signed, who's, at the very least, probably a decent backup. he's ready to go just in case. In 2010, I would listen to people refer to Carey as scary Price when Halak had a good run. Monty should play versus Calgary, Dobes versus Edmonton, whoever plays better Saturday against Vancouver. I like it. I think that'll yeah. I mean, it's Calgary Wednesday, Edmonton Thursday, right? So I'm sure they're gonna split. We'll be watching Jays while flipping over to see my Detroit Lions. We'll check in here through the night. Go Habs, go! Mark, happy to have you. I will also be asking for I mean, I'll have another tab open on the Jays just to see how they're doing. I'll also let everybody know how the Jays are doing. Um, as for the Detroit Lions, I'm in a football pool. I had a terrible week. I can't say it's pick 'em pool, so you just pick the teams, and I gotta say, I just look at their records, kinda see how they're trending, and I pick. I don't think I picked the Lions this week. Who are they playing against on a Monday nighter? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think Dobesh is the next price, but still a good goalie. Our goalie depth is really good. Yeah, say what you want about the goalies, and there's not necessarily a Vezina winner necessarily in the bunch, but I think they have two NHL goalies on the roster right now who are pretty solid. I think Kakkonen can hack it if they need Kakkonen this year, and then they got Fowler. I think in a year is going to start pushing again. No reason. That's why they got Kakkonen, so that if somebody got hurt or if somebody was ineffective, they could put him in, and Fowler can spend the whole season in Laval, plays 50 games. Tage Thompson. So Tage Thompson, yeah, criticized the team. They're a mess again. It looks like the Sabres are once again thinking about a sell-off. And before you tell me they won't trade Tage Thompson, I don't know. They traded Eichel, they traded Reinhart. This organization just doesn't seem to make the right call. So I'd be really curious to know who you think. Yeah, I don't know if you're thinking about Tage Thompson, what you'd give up if you're the Habs. Would you give up Slavkovsky for him? That's a tough one. I wouldn't say no outright, even though you would hope that Slavkovsky could partially be there. I don't know. WWE, Canadians, and Jays all in one night. Who's wrestling tonight in the WWE? Was it Monday Night Raw? It's Monday night, right? I would love Tage Thompson on the Habs. I to me like it's so obvious that he's the missing link up and forwards, like what they would need. He could play center, big, he scores, does it all. It's like the dream is too much. I could dare to dream, right? I don't know. Then again, I didn't think the Canadiens were gonna get Noah Dawson in the offseason, and they did. So I don't know. It really looks like the Sabres are preparing another sell off if they get off to another bad start. So if that's the case, all bets are off. The Habs have clearly shown they're willing to give up first rounders now. They want to be good now. You know, give the Sabres all the first rounders that they want, that they will then squander because they're the Sabres, they're not a good team, and they don't seem to know what they're doing. But Tage is the missing link for me, but I don't know. He'd be the missing link for just about every team, right? There you go. Me too. We're getting support. We're getting support here. I don't believe this will be a dull game. Should be intense from the puck drop. Yeah. I mean, the Sabres are already desperate. Like, they are already infighting and wanna be better. Things are not going well for them. They get the Sabres get up for Canadiens games. Like, the Canadiens are not from the jump ready to play. The Sabres absolutely can make them pay. Sabres For the Sabres, this game is way more important than it is for the Canadiens. The Canadiens are in a lot of danger to not come out with the same intensity. I would consider giving up Reinbach for Tage Thompson. I would absolutely do that in a heartbeat. And frankly, the Sabres should really, after trading Dylan Cousins for Josh Norris, they really ought to just stay away from injured players or injury-prone players. Uh, so if they wanna do it, I wouldn't say no, but the Sabres should know. At this point, the Sabres should know. I almost pity the Sabres at this point. I love their old school jerseys so much, you know? I hated them so much in the '90s. In the '90s, they were, like, tough and annoying to play against. These are not those Sabres. Give up first rounders for a second line center. Absolutely. Yeah, I think the Canadiens are the second that they identify their guy, I'm sure they give up 2, 3 first rounders, not bat an eyelash at this point. Um, I think the Canadiens probably see this particular window opening up in a real hurry, maybe even this season. That's why everyone's talking about Sidney Crosby, right? So, I mean, you'd have to give up a lot to get Sid, so those first rounders are definitely in play. Alexei well, who's Alex is there an Alexei? I don't know who you're talking about. Alex Tuck? Alexei Tuck? Tuck's available too. He's definitely available. Man, if the Sabres can't even bring back the local guy who wanted to be there, then all hope is lost for the Sabres. All hope is lost for the Sabres. Yeah, what do you think about, oh, Zorofsky. Yeah, he's definitely in play too. I think they're very happy with the value they got on that pick, um, but if a team asks and they can help out the current club and get somebody like Tage Thompson who's under contract, you gotta do it. You would have to give up NHL ready high prospects for Thompson. Yeah, I would very much agree with that. He would cost a lot. Yeah. Yeah, the first rounders might not do it. That's why I'm thinking. I mean, if I'm the Sabres, I'm asking for Slavkovsky, but at that point, you're trading for somebody who like makes the same amount of money. So unless you just think he's younger and will better fit whatever timeline you're working on, I guess. But that'd be kind of a weird. Unless you think that Tate is like the 40 goals or something of an aberration, and they think that he'll score less going forward. Those big guys have sometimes have short windows. Wh Wait, hold on, let me check who the Lions are playing. Now I'm curious. Who are the Lions playing? Detroit Lions are against the Bucks tonight, and they're already up 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. I, in my football pool, am pretty sure I took the Bucks. I don't know. I often do take the under on that. Anyways, looking good for the Lions so far. We've got Brendan Kelly of the Montreal Gazette. He's doing What the Puck tonight at McLean's Pub. And he says lots of people rocking Jays and Habs at the same time. He says the bartender at McLean's currently has a Habs cap and a Jays t-shirt. That's pretty funny. They should be up more. They went on it 4th and 2 instead of a chip shot field goal. Hey, there you go. It could have been up. I'm guessing they didn't convert, so they're up 7-0 instead of 10-0. Will drive the gamblers mad, I'm sure. This is the last game for the Habs on this current homestand. They go play tonight at the Bell Center, and then they go out west for a three for against the Western Canadian teams. Stu Cowan says lots of scouts at the game tonight, and I can tell you, not so sure they're there to see the Habs. I I think they're there to scope out some of the Sabres players. Fool me on that, but that would be my guess. Oh, is it a 4-game road trip? That makes sense. Yeah, usually when they play Vancouver, they'll play Seattle as well. I forgot that they tacked on that Seattle game to those Northwest trips. Nice little, acoustic guitar rendition of the oh, that's right, it's country night at the Bell Center. I totally forgot that it's country night at the Bell Center. I don't know if you how you guys feel about country music. Hat trick for Slav tonight. Scored a good one, he scored a lot. Yeah, on that 2-on-1 he scored, so he's been, he doesn't get a lot of assists, but I feel like he's contributing on offense. Did you watch that Broncos game? I did not watch the Broncos game, unfortunately. Between baseball and hockey, I can only watch so many sports. The division is anybody's right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So early. You can you can gain and fall. People in Toronto are already upset. Plenty of time. First period is underway, and already a whistle, 5 seconds in. How about that? Oh, yeah. Oh, nice try by, nice try by Josh Anderson on the in the first minute there. Nice little spinorama move. Almost beat, Rasmus Dahlin. I wish I could, but, it is illegal to do so. I'm afraid I don't have the rights to do it. Otherwise, I would show it to you, but, I don't have the rights, and then I'm not Amazon Prime. I don't got Amazon money. See, there you go. I'm not gonna tell you where to watch it, but oh god, Jeff Skinner. We made Jeff Skinner look like a 50-goal scorer every time out. Not that he ever scored against anybody else. They bought him out. It's funny watching a player just get bought out, and it's like, "Really? That guy always beat the crap out of the Habs." How it goes. Yeah, I wanted to get back to the 3 of the 4 officials. Yeah, so I know Skilleter, John McIsaac, and then Julien Fournier and Tommy Hughes, the linesman, I don't know. So I only know Skilleter. I don't know where it is. Wish I could tell you. I don't know. Somebody could tell you. I don't know. Man, Demidov, nearly lost the puck at the top of the blue line, but he fought to get it back, and then New Hook. Well, we'll have plenty of time to see Jackeye with Hudson or Struble with them. Lots of time. Lots of time. Goalie ain't coming back from Goalie's not coming back anytime soon, so Very nice deflection on the, what was that? On the Struble point shot? I mean, you gotta say, I would like to see Bolduc play with Demidov more. They're not doing it, but Canadians back in the zone. So far, it's pretty much been all offensive zone time for the Habs. And now it's out. Ooh, what a chance by Demidov. Oh, he did not miss that shot by much. Do people show up at your house if you don't have one? Look in the windows to see if you have a TV on? That's scary. Um, no, but I will say that when I walk my dog, if there's a game on and I gotta walk my dog, I will, like, peer into the houses as I'm walking by. I'm like, "Ooh, squirrel, squirrel." I do that. That's the extent of my people watching. Yeah, it was very nice because I was able to handle a a tech problem with the Gazette website in the 4 minutes while it was going on. So, apologies if I missed anything exciting. The joke about the TV license kinda just for me because I imagine no one else understands. We get letters here saying if we don't have one, they'll send some check and fi really? In the UK? Were they that serious about that? Damn. Well, stay out of trouble, Joseph. I s St. Louis was talking about Arbor and Jaden before and guys getting benched, not benched, but healthy scratch, and he was saying that, he wanted to keep people he wanted to keep guys on their toes, but he also didn't wanna, like, have them get rusty. He didn't want them to feel like spots were guaranteed, but also feel like they were comfortable. It's a whole balancing act thing. But I will say with Goalie out, it's gonna be really, really nice to see Struble and Jack-Eye really get some reps in. I think we'll have a very clear sense of who's gonna win that job in the end when, Goalie hopefully comes back. Freedom to watch TV. So, stupid question. So on Amazon Prime, it is blacked out. That's what I don't understand. We've like moved to this like streaming world where everything is at our on our phone and on our fingertips, and yet they still have like blackouts, regional blackouts. What's the point? I don't understand why they just don't change it to just a nice big a la carte for everybody, but whatever. That's why I'm not in business. Struble and Jackeye have different skill sets. Nashville was a perfect fit for Struble to get a game in. Yeah, I totally agree. I will say that I sometimes use them pretty interchangeably, but they're different, and then they also have different results with who they're playing with. Like, they're good pairing guys, like, for different guys, so, again, a good reason it's nice to have them both in the lineup because it's hard to get the 2 kind of bottom pair left defensemen in the lineup, so it's really nice to have them both in the lineup right now. Obviously, in a perfect world, it'd be better if Caden Gooley were around because they need him, but I think for in a short burst, Struble and Jack-Eye can kinda hack Gooley role for a little bit. Certainly on the physical side. Good start. I was gonna say that, the Sabres had 0 shots on goal, but now they have 2 and they just hit a post. Dahlin hit the post. Oh, what a little spinorama move by Gallagher in the slot. Oof, very close. Funny to exercise class, someone asked, "Who will be watching the game tonight?" I said, "You mean the Sabres and Habs?" They all gave me dirty looks. Tough living out here in Southwest Ontario. Yes, this is tonight is, the biggest Jays game in 30 years, so I'll give my Southwest Ontarian friends some credit tonight. It is a big game, big ball game tonight, and, yeah, what did you guys think about did you see Vlad Guerrero Jr. come to the stadium wearing an Austin Matthews jersey? Not not great for game 7, and, hey, it's 1-0 Habs, look at that. Is that Demidov? Happening again. Could he be the second line center of our dream? That crazy to think? I don't know, the guy he's gotten off to such a good start. Look at him going to the net. They had 3 Habs going to the net. Carrier, great job kicking the puck. Demidov with the give and go. That was a full team effort. That was a full line effort, that goal. So Demidov and Newton are gonna get the assists on that, but Carrier was the one who really set up the play with a very nice kick, so wow. Heineman is 2 with the Islanders so far this year. Emil Heineman's good. It was sad to lose him, but, hey, had to be done. Cappy is having a good start to the year. I am I really had him penciled in as, like, a third line right winger, maybe killing some penalties. I don't even know if that was this year. That might have been, like, his ceiling going forward. Now I'm like, "Wait a minute, big, he's smart defensively, he can score goals, go to the net." Is he a second line center? Maybe one day? Let's say today. What is he, 21, 22? Not ready yet. Am I underrating his upside here? I might be. My feed is, like, 2 hockey minutes behind again. Love knowing a goal is on the way. Or maybe you're from the present and we come from the future. This team is playing so darn well. Yeah. Yeah, that Rangers loss was a bit, sticks in my side, though. It felt winnable, and they just kinda let it slip away. I felt Kapanen needed time in Laval at the beginning of the year. I'm glad to be wrong on that. I am 100% with you there. I was like, "If they're putting on Kapanen to be the like, a 4th line center, he's just gonna play a couple minutes a night, why not just keep him in Laval?" But you know what? He has already established himself as a full-time player, and yeah, let's see what his ceiling is. Happy to see Dobes in tonight. Rough game for Monty last time. I'm watching on RDS. Yeah, it was rough for Monty. We'll see what happens. Kapanen, again, almost scored from the side of the net. Unbelievable. I have 2 TVs set up beside each other, one for the Habs, one for the Jays. I'm covered. I got 2 tabs tonight. Uh, because of this current sort of live video setup, I am not watching the game on my TV, because I don't have headphones for it, and it would be too loud. Illegal. So I I'm on my laptop right now. But I got 2 laptops going. Not a Jays fan at all, but I can't see them losing tonight. They seem like a better team. Um, who's starting for Seattle tonight? Is it Brian Wu? Is he in there? Because if it's Wu, I don't know, man. He could mow them down tonight. I'm not saying he will, but it's possible. It's gonna be a good game. bouncing puck in front of the net for Slafkovsky and Suzuki. I mean, just the way this team set ups in the offensive zone is just different than the way it was last year. Don't you find? I just find that when they set up in the offensive zone now, it's like it's gonna be there for a while. Like they are really good at circulating the puck. Wait, who's doing Italy, Germany, Switzerland, Austria? I missed this. And can you invite me? Can I come with you? I don't I don't need a lot. I'll sleep on the floor. It's okay. Just take me with you. We can talk about hockey the whole time if you want. Yeah, Struble, that's the fun thing about defensemen. Sometimes especially nowadays, defensemen today, you can't just be like a old school, you know, defensive defenseman, who contributes nothing on offense. Guys like Struble and Xhekaj have like more offensive ability than you think. They can dish the puck well. One guy that really surprised me when he was joined the Habs was Edmondson. Joel Edmondson, I'd been told was like when they acquired him, I was like, "Oh, he can't contribute anything on offense. He's a pylon. He's this and that." And I was like, when I saw him play with the Habs, man, that guy could do a tape-to-tape pass. I was really impressed, actually. Really impressed with him. And the time that he was here, I think LA's taking a big risk by signing him for 2 more years after that back injury. Like, get paid, Joel Edmondson. My son was backpacking for 2 months before starting his job. I joined him for the last month. Fun trip. That sounds lovely. Um, yeah, I, was fortunate enough as well. After I graduated, I was able to do a little bit of traveling, and I will tell any young person, even if you're, like, 21 or something and you're broke, trust me, even if you make more money in your 30s and 40s, you'll just be broker. You'll be a different type of broke. You'll be family broke, right? So, if you're in your 20s and you have any, sustainable disposable income, go travel. You'll never be able to, like, drop everything ever again. Nowadays, who's gonna take care of my dog if I go travel for a month, if I go backpacking for a month, who's gonna feed Biggie? Slav makes a ton of really good passes. Yeah, which is why I'm surprised he hasn't clocked many assists, this year so far. Maybe it's just luck of the draw, but I like what I've seen from him, passing the puck. Absolutely. Europe was stunningly beautiful, crowded, but beautiful. Not a lot of room. Not a lot of room in Europe. My mom just got back from Italy and said the same thing, that Rome was, absolutely slammed everywhere she went. I'm also loving the Habs so far this year. This year is gonna be pretty crazy in the East. Could not agree more. I think with the Panthers, the injury problems the Panthers are getting, with Marner leaving Toronto, with Tampa being a year older, I think what makes the Atlantic Division really interesting is that I don't think they have an elite team anymore. There's no, like, Dallas, I don't know, Vegas, Colorado, there's nobody like that. Everybody's, like, good. So, I don't think there's, like a truly wretched team in the division. Even Buffalo and Detroit have been trying to get better and, like, could conceivably have a better season. Nobody's tanking it. Nobody's in a rebuild right now. Even Boston's trying to, like, kinda make it work with the vets they've got, so it's gonna be anybody's game to the last minute, for sure. Monty took a beating on social media last game, that's for sure. Yeah, yeah, and I'll admit the gas is a bit because Dobes was playing tonight, a little like, uh Stu Cowan was very quick to say that there was no goaltending controversy, but there's maybe a goaltending battle coming up. So less about Montembeault not being good and more just about Dobes maybe playing really well and just sort of pushing to get more games in. So that's kinda like the difference. Uh, Speaking of, Stu says, Jane Struble very good at that high flip pass from deep in his own end to center ice. It brings back memories of JC Tremblay. And then Stu also said, Joe Veleno looking very good in a Habs uniform so far. Why do we insist on bashing a goalie after a few performances? Yeah, true. Every goalie has trickies in the season. I think that just the reason right now is because Dobes is really off to a fast start and Montembeault's kind of off to a slow start. That's, I think, the only thing. Not a fan of stats and data to forecast future. However, there's some food for thought. Lonnie played 9 seasons, missed 206 games for loss of 20%. Doc played 6 seasons, missed for 46%, you said. Goalie has played 3 seasons, missed 70 games for a loss of yeah. This is an interesting subject that we are and we got Slavkovsky and a Sabres player pinned to the ice. He always makes the right decisions. Probably not a popular opinion here, but I think I've had it with Doc and Line, and I don't think that's an unpopular opinion, to be fair. I think a lot of people are feeling that. I also don't feel we can move forward with both Gooley and Reinbacher. Thoughts, anyone? It's tough with injured players because is it sometimes it is bad luck, and sometimes it is the way you play, your body. I don't know. You can't win with lots of guys getting injured. You have to be healthy, even if you're good. So I do think that if Caden Gooley can't stay healthy, I do think you have to consider moving him in the end. I mean, obviously his value is depressed, but then again, it sounds like Ottawa desperately wanted to get rid of Josh Norris and found a taker in the Buffalo Sabres. So Caden Gooley's a very, very good player. Somebody will want him, but I do think at a certain point, if he's just not playing, he's not bringing the value the Habs need. So the Habs at a certain point do need to make a decision on what they think the deal is with Kane Gooley. If it's just bad luck or if he can't stay healthy. Ditto Reinbacher, but obviously Reinbacher's clock hasn't even started yet, so don't have to worry. Don't have to worry too much about that one. So is that Sofkovsky and I think we have to see what Reinbacher looks like in a few years before we worry about where he fits in. Yeah. But totally agree, but I will say also, you know, if a Tage Thompson or something becomes available and the asking price is a Rhinebacker, there's no point harping on Line or Doc. Each has negative value, so you have to pay people to take them away. Both are an expiring contract. Montreal's not getting it this year. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing, right? At this point, you might as well just see what you've got this year. If if they don't hack it this year, they won't be back anyway. I'm thinking that they're both injury prone, and maybe an error to keep both of them. I don't know, just a thought. I mean, Line A 100% will be back after this season, and then Doc, not looking great for him so far, but you never know. No team can afford to have 15% of players on injury. Yeah, that's it, right? I know that, yeah, as far as GMs go, Don Waddell, formerly, of course, Carolina, now in Columbus, is, very much against injury-prone players, which is weird because I know they drafted Kaden Lindstrom, who has a bad back, but failing and they passed up Demino for it. But anyways, I know that I've read he is very much opposed to having injury-prone players, that he thinks that yeah, exactly, they just don't play. Buffalo's having problems with Montreal's speed. Habs give a full 60 minutes of speed tonight. Very much agree. They cannot let Buffalo hang. Hudson and Demidov were cooking, definitely. Yeah. It's 10-4 shots for the Habs right now. Man, Alex Lyon is keeping the Sabres in it right now. That's 11 shots now, I think, for the Habs. Yeah, look at Lyon. I mean, look how many bodies are in front. He's tracking the puck really well. Galley will score tonight. He is been in front of the net all game. He's looking like he wants one. I agree, Steven, but these two are scheduled for the second line. They were supposed to be the answer. Yeah, I mean, I think you're just gonna have to. I think the Canadians have moved on from those two guys being second liners, and we'll have to do that as well. I think it's just not going to happen. Looking good for Demidov though. Demidov in the end is the guy propelling that second line, and then whoever they get to play with them, whether it's Kapanen or somebody else, it's Demidov's line going forward. Habs is such a great young core that I think some fans are underrating it. I think people are feeling pretty good about the core. There's definitely some elements. People are starting to, like, trim the fat on this roster. So it's looking at, like, Line and Doc and being like, "Where do these guys fit long term?" I know most won't agree, but I feel Buffalo made a huge error in drafting defenseman twice with the first overall pick. Yeah, and left-handed defenseman. I mean, if you look back on Buffalo's draft, they draft so many small forwards in the first round, so many small forwards, and then they get these 2 first overall picks, and they defensemen both times. I'm not saying Matty Beniers is lights out, but imagine if they had taken Beniers instead of Power, where they'd be. I feel like the makeup, Tage Thompson and Beniers up the middle, maybe Beniers is not as good as Power is, but, like, at a certain point, you gotta draft. I know everyone says, "Oh, you draft for the best guy available, don't draft for need," but at a certain point, like, if you're hopeless, I think that you need to identify key positions that you haven't filled and fill them, and that's where I think Buffalo just, like, hasn't they just haven't been drafting for the needs, and they just seem like they got too much of one thing, not enough of another. I think this game will be very similar to the Rangers game. Look for Buffalo to come up very physical in the second. They cannot be happy. I mean, they're being outshot 14-5 right now. This is not at all the game that they wanted to play. I agree, and they're mad, and I could definitely see them try trying to do some trying to get rattle the cage a little bit for the Habs. Puck's on the side of the net, and that is the end of the first period. There you go, 1-0 Habs. Hughes took a chance. It was the right thing to do. Not everything turns from let's go. I'm not. Yeah, totally. I don't think it was a bad trade necessarily. Didn't like totally work out as planned, but like you see now how hard it is to find a second line center. Kirby Doc is, for all his faults, still a player with lots of potential. At times shown that he could be that guy. So yeah, just because it totally didn't pan out, I think it was like not worth trying and not worth doing. I would say I agree with the new hook thing too. I don't think they're missing out on these picks, to be honest. Rangers played a good heavy game from beginning to second on. Yeah, that too feels like a little ominous about where things might be going. I'm not sure how you guys feel, but I feel a lot more confident when Dobes is in goal. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. He just poise. He's got poise for somebody beyond his years. Good for period for Beck. I thought all the forwards. Columbus paid to get rid of Laine. Keep in mind that the Canadiens got a second round pick for Laine and had 8.7 million cap space to spend on Laine. I don't think that acquiring Laine was a bad thing either. He got them into the playoffs last year. He's just a very flawed player that they're not gonna give, you know, a 7-year deal to. No one, but I don't think that he was necessarily a bad I don't think these are bad pickups. I just don't think that when it's all said and done and the Canadiens are ready to contend, I just don't think these guys will be there. But you still need to fill out your roster, and I think that they filled out the roster with guys who had some potential, and not all of them worked, but no, I'm not. Have a good night, Joseph. Thank you for coming. I don't know what happened. I would like to see Struble and Jacki get some PK time in with Goalie out early. Save the double shifting for later if needed. Yeah, totally. No penalties in that period, so we'll see what happens in the second. No reason for Madison to have 9:22 of ice time right now. Totally agree. I don't know what's going on there. Why they're going to that well like they used to. I feel like they should have more depth for that. From Stu Cowan, Jake Evans and Josh Anderson look a lot more effective with Brendan Gallagher on their line. That's gotta be the line, right? That's gotta be the line. Gordon looks like he lost weight. See, this is the things that I'm missing by not having Amazon Prime. I'm missing the Gordon interview. I don't. But yeah, I totally agree with Cowan. Uh, with Stu, Jake Evans, Anderson, Gallagher, just make that your third line. There's no need to overthink. There's no need to overthink things in life. That's all you need. Stu also feels like Joe Valeno is looking good. How do you guys feel about Joe Valeno? Again, I feel like I don't like see him a lot, but I feel like he's moving at the speed that the other guys do, so I don't feel like he's getting lost or getting lost in the shuffle. Jeff Gordon looks and sounds great on Prime, you're saying? You're saying that Molson did a good job getting Gordon and Hughes? Yeah, this is, I can't remember the last time people felt so rosy about management, in this city. Probably what, 93? You know Lane is looking at the game, analyzing on that tablet in the dressing room. Yes, he is, whatever he's doing right now, he's doing it obsessively. That seems to be the MO with him. To St. Louis. Man, I feel like I'm just missing everything on Amazon Prime today. I'm just getting Carbo and Maxime Talbot on RDS. Not that there's anything wrong with those guys. Um, if you want to follow the highlights, I'll be posting the goals and the hits and the fights. Hopefully, no injuries, posting all that right there. Here, should I see what's going on in the Jays game here? What's going on? Oh my God, the MLB app. I'm a Giant. So here's the thing about when you have the MLB app. I'm a Giants fan, so I get the like my whole front page is Giants only, which doesn't do me a whole lot of good right now because there's not much going on. Wow, they're about to hire a new manager, but like game wise, there's not much to talk about. So you actually got to like exit and go through a couple screens to get to the score. Well, it's 1-1. Jay's got two guys up. Guys got they got guys in the corners. Oh, no, I missed that. It's actually the end of the first inning. Never mind. 1-1. Wow, Lane Hudson has 66 assists in his first 90 games in the NHL. Only guy to ever have more, Mark Howe, Larry Murphy, and Cale Makar each have 68. So Hudson is only two away. Um, he's really in remarkable company, Lane Hudson is. Which is why that contract does not worry much, say. All right, we're back for the second period. Um, as everybody was saying earlier, I do think that you are right that the Sabres are going to come out swinging. I don't think they're happy. I think the Canadiens are going to have to watch out and not get dragged into a fight fest, into something. I don't want them to get dragged into basically. Alright, here we go. Second period underway. Owen Power is not what the Canadians are looking for, but I do think that if the Sabres decide to blow this up yet again, Owen Power seems to me to be the obvious guy to move, to trade for a top scorer. I'd be really curious to know who would be interested in Power. I feel like a team like San Jose, they wouldn't do it for Eklund, but, like, that's the kind of thing that I could see, because I still think San Jose, for all the prospects they have, could still use a defenseman. Speaking of prospects, did you guys hear that Mishkov apparently came to camp not in the greatest of shapes, and he's struggled a little bit this season? We'll see how that goes. He's too he's too talented. Mm. Yeah, broken play there, but it looked great. Demidov making a move, and then Carrier jumping in to get the loose puck, and then he lost the puck on the way in, but, so far, I mean, Carrier was a major player on that first. There you go. 1-1 Jays and Mariners, if anybody was interested. Yeah, Demidov and Hudson have been showing some moves tonight. Demidov has looked crazy with the puck. They're giving him room. This is really showing if you're not on him 24/7, he will he can create some amazing offense with space given. Here we go, odd man rush forming. Samuelson did a great job cutting off the pass there. It was Power and Samuelson. Oh, and now it's 2-1 for the other way, and then a nice defensive move by the Habs on that one. It was Struble. Very nice play. I mean, both teams. Yeah, Stolarz was mad after that. I guess that's why everybody in Toronto was already doom and gloom this morning, but whatever. You know what? Hopefully, Stolarz lit something in that team. Anderson has had two. He had a chance earlier in this game, and he had two chances. It was last game or the game before that. He had chances, typical Anderson fashion. It's not cashed in yet, but you know, we'll see how it goes for him. He's definitely. I definitely agree with Stu that he's just a different player playing with Evan Gallagher. He and Gallagher are great mates. Keep them together. What a play by Hudson. Oh, said the guy right in front. Is that Anderson again? Oh my god. Oh, he's gonna lose it now, but no, kept it in. Unreal. Look at Demidov and Hudson. Are you kidding me? What a shift by Hudson. My goodness. I mean, just jaw dropping skill. Jaw dropping skill and just like this insatiable battle for the puck. He's still on the ice. How long has this shift been? You might want to get off. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Hudson was amazing in the offensive zone, and then I was shocked to find him still in the defensive zone. He did not get off the ice. He was on way too long. Veleno lost his man. Jack I pushed his man in the corner. Yeah. Yuri Kulik, who the Canadiens, I believe, could have drafted with the Meshar pick. I believe Kulik was the guy that I was pretty excited about, and I can say I was right, but he's looking pretty good. Looking like one guy who's not totally screwing up for the Sabres. Yeah, so far so good for Lions. 15 out of 16 saves. Definitely keeping his team in it. Tough break on that one. Yeah, 3 guys are on Kulik and no one takes him. Yeah, it was, definitely watched Veleno coming up from behind and missing his guy on that one. I thought, hey, Jack-Eye iced the guy in the corner. Like, he took his man out. So, as, Max said, there's 3 guys in front of the net and Kulik all alone. Like, there's somebody to take Kulik there. So I don't blame Jack-Eye at all there. Jack-Eye took his guy out. Yeah, yeah, that is 100% the issue to me. Hudson had an amazing shift in defensive zone, and as soon as the puck left the zone, if I don't know if it was possible, but he should have gotten off right away. He was on way too long. That's 100% what happened. Does anyone get excited when Beck has the puck? Yeah, he hasn't touched the puck much, but, he looks like a guy who can be, like, a decent middle sixer. I like what I'm seeing from him. Very least, I think he's NHL ready, which is nice. Okay, not a lot of love for Owen Beck then. Fine. Fine, he's not that exciting. He's not Demidov exciting. I'll give you that much. Well, Velena wasn't hot on that goal, so and they haven't contributed anything on offense, but I mean, it is early days, of course. Posted, the link to the old school Liveblog on the website, which has the Jeff Gorton interview. If you guys not if you guys like me, don't have Amazon Prime, it I posted it there, so you can watch it when you want. Uh, I haven't checked to see yet. I'm curious to see what Ford said. I also saw, yes, I also saw that Amazon did post, um, the Spit and Chicklets intro where it talks about the Habs, so I'm excited to watch that as well, maybe the intermission. Crud, is Veleno playing tonight? Veleno is playing tonight. It's the same lineup as Saturday. So Doc is out and Line is out. They are still out. Don't know when they're coming back. Uh, it's gonna be I mean, it's gonna be really obvious because the Canadiens hit the road, Calgary on Wednesday, so they're either on the road trip or first penalty of the game is Brendan Gallagher for slashing. So the first power play of the game will go to the Sabres. Yeah, Moreno and Beck are not here for their offensive contributions necessarily, but, you know what? At this stage of the NHL, if you're not at least, the days of the 10-point 4th line players, you gotta at least do a little something, so we'll see what happens. I'll be curious to see how PK goes. Wow. Tage Thompson was allowed to walk right in, and Dobes, man, stood tall, stuffed him. Very nice play. Zucker with the nice pass to feed, Tage Thompson. Plano had 2 shots and 3 hits in 9 minutes of play on Saturday. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty yeah, I thought he was good on Saturday. Wow, what a great save by Dobes on Thompson, eh? Ooh, another post for the Sabres. Yeah, I thought Dobes, looked great on that Thompson play. Yeah, Josh Doan. Nice pickup for the Sabres. I thought they were really gonna miss Peterka, but, whatever. The Sabres missed so much, doesn't really matter. It was one player matter in the end for them. Another chance for Thompson. Oh boy, Habs are struggling to contain the very, very big man. Yeah, Zucker and Thompson looking good tonight, but very nice effort by Dobesh on that one to cut down the pass. Joe Veleno is hanging by a thread in the NHL, and he knows it. Oh yeah, he went from first, exceptional status QMJHL player, first round pick, getting moved around by Detroit, not really finding a spot, to getting traded, to getting bought out in the offseason. He is if he doesn't come out every shift like it's his last, He will be in the KHL before too long. Uh, Very surprising turn of events for him, I think, given his speed and his size and his smarts, I think, surprising that he hasn't been able to, but I guess that's what happens with players like that. They just, like, can't find their role. They're used to being, the best player on their team, and then you show up to the NHL and you are not the best player on the team, and you gotta figure out how to become a half decent fourth liner, and, he hasn't done it yet. Yeah, I got some friends who are Detroit fans, and when the Habs acquired him, they were like, "Good luck. Good luck with that. Good luck with Veleno." Just never pan out at the NHL level. Happens all the time. Yeah, 100%. I guess it's just, but I guess we're overrating the exceptional status thing. The exceptional status thing for him was always more about his age. He was basically on the age cutoff, and he was already, like, physically more mature than the other guys from his age class, so that was more the deal than, like, genuinely being good. But I would like hey, Veleno's a local guy, would love to see Joe Veleno figure it out and carve out a spot here. And the Canadiens need a fourth line center. They need a left-handed center who can win faceoffs. So Joe has the absolute perfect opportunity to finally carve out a lineup spot where he's doesn't isn't trying to be the main guy. He is trying to be a 12-minute penalty killer. Learn a little thing. He should watch Jake Evans tape. Jake Evans has probably half the talent that Joe Veleno does, but Jake knows how to be a fourth line center and knows how to play that role perfectly, and that's why he's here, and that's why he got the 4-year deal, and Joe Veleno is got the buyout and the 1-year deal. Well, the Buffalo Sabres are spending most of the time in the offensive zone right now, and they're getting pretty close to evening up in shots. It's a 17-13 right now, but Thompson just gave away the puck. And the Canadiens, with a very slow motion, offside at the end of their shift, missed a really good chance there. Tight game tonight. Man, the Canadiens. This game is. I will say this game is going down exactly like you all said it would. Habs came out strong, looking great, looking like they're going to dominate. And in the second period, Buffalo came out desperate, and now they're the team that's looking better. Go figure. It's 8-3 shots Buffalo in the second. Totally agree. Let down in the second, took their foot off the gas. Buffalo's already made them pay once. Yeah, they're not looking as desperate as Buffalo is, so they're gonna have to wake up. Great word, discombobulated. Oh, 14 straight seasons without the playoffs for the Sabres. Them and the New York Jets. Do we got any New York Jets fans here? I hope not. There you go. Nice shift for the Veleno line. That was a little better. Look at that. Owen Beck's in front of the net. Duke's in there too. I like that. I like that line. Starting to feel Dobson is going to score today. Once again, looking pretty solid back there. I don't worry about Dobson. I worry about other things in life. I don't worry too much about Dobson being effective with the puck. I was like, what the heck jersey am I looking at? It was the Senators' third jersey. Good Lord. Looked awful. Those guys don't know how to have a nice jersey. Oh, now is this Amazon Prime? You guys have issues with Amazon Prime? I don't have it. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I hope everyone who has Amazon Prime can watch the game tonight without difficulty. Is my hope for you all. And we're nearly even in shots here. Oh, never mind. It's now 17-7, 17-17 in shots. It's now even. Man, Habs outshot 11-3 this period. Really been a tale of two periods. This is not impressive. Not impressive period for the Habs. Rob Ray on the MSG broadcast saying country music in Montreal just doesn't go. This is a fairly recent development where Montreal is all about the country music. I don't know. I guess Godspeed to all the country music fans out there in Montreal. Not me. I mean, I don't dislike country music, but I can't say that I keep super well versed in all the new country acts. But yes, it is a bit of a new development, and it is a little strange. I will tell you this though. Did you guys know that Jeff Molson is a huge country fan? which I think also doesn't hurt when it comes to booking country music acts. We're getting a lot more coming to Montreal, and the fact that they're having a country music night, and of course, Montreal has a country music festival now. Jeff Molson loves it, loves country music, loves it with his family, so there you go. In case you were wondering. Habs playing a solid game. Buffalo plays hard, took out the Panthers last game and just demolished the Sens. Yeah, I mean, every year the Sabres come in with a lot of promise and then it doesn't go so well, but you're right. They're actually playing pretty well tonight. Been a very good game, back and forth. Montreal dominated the first, Sabres now dominating the second. Was that, Josh Anderson there? Josh Anderson, another chance. He is really on the doorstep. Ugh, we've we've gone through this before as a group before when Josh Anderson's, uh, not scoring, but he feels like so close. I mean, this could be weeks. This could take weeks. Don't get too excited, but, Josh Anderson looks like a man possessed. I love my painting of Cole Caulfield after he scored a goal. Hey, where can we see this painting? Put the link in. Do you have it online? Put the link in the comments. I wanna see it. I don't know if I can share. I don't think I'm able to share it. I guess I could do screen share. I don't know if I can, but I wanna see it at least. At least link for so people can see it. Yeah, exactly. Show us. Show us your work. We wanna see. Ooh, what a great chance by Buffalo. They had Dobes down and out and, sailed the puck through the crease there. Yeah, post it on X. Um, just at, well, you can at the Gazette. At the MTL Gazette and show it, and then I'll post the link in here. And I'll post it on the live blog as well. I think a lot of Habs fans do, and I'm sure Marty St. Louis misses him a lot. Ooh, how's the other game going? 2-1 Seattle over the Jays. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. It's a tight one. What a good night. What a good night for sports fans, man. And it's just Monday. How did we get so lucky? Damn, the Jays are struggling. I mean, they only got one run. This is a team of boppers. If they're not putting up offense, I don't know. I don't feel necessarily comfortable enough in their bullpen. Yeah, I asked you guys what you guys thought of Dobes tonight. In don't call it a battle for who's the hotter goalie right now, and Dobes. Once again tonight, man, you can't hang this one on him. That goal was Coolidge was all alone right in front. There wasn't much you could do on that play. Man, another big night for Panarin. He was good on Saturday. I I mentioned this at the start of the year that I felt like he might be the guy, the Sidney Crosby type that the Canadiens end up acquiring if the Rangers decide to go in that direction. But he still looks good to me. He's older, but he still looks good to me. And who else do we got? We got Seattle and Philly. Not a game of elite teams here. Oh my goodness. So many breakdowns. 5-2 Flyers. Wow, 5 points in 6 games for Trevor Zegras. The Canadian I don't think the Canadiens are necessarily gonna regret not acquiring him, but I think there are some teams that will. Trevor Zegras was too good to be that bad in Anaheim. He's maybe not necessarily what the Habs were looking for, but a team like Philly that's got nothing, Trevor Zegras can do some real damage on that team. But can he be a second line center? That is the question. Sorry, I was not verified to post on the Montreal Gazette. What do you mean? Just at us. What's your Twitter handle? I'll just grab it. I'm just gonna grab it right now. Just you can add us. No, just put at MTL Gazette. Here, you do mine. You could do mine at Elan. I don't want to hear any Dodgers talk. I'm a Giants fan. I don't want to hear any of this. Dodgers will lose. In my mind, they will lose. God, I hate the Dodgers so much. There you go. What did you guys think of that? Pretty good. Yeah, I loved it. Thank you so much for sharing. Classing up the joint a little bit, dare I say. Yeah, the Sabres definitely outplayed the Habs that period. And yeah, I would say standing up at the blue line, that was probably the first time. I haven't seen it much this year where the Canadians actually have some difficulty entering and then staying in the zone. But that second period was definitely a good example of it. Wow, another nice play by Carrier. He's having a good night. But a very nice play by the Sabres to prevent Demidov from getting to that. You learned how to paint from YouTube? Nice. That's really nice to hear. Always nice to be self-taught for something. Man, Jake Evans got so close on that sharp angle there. Put it in like Lions. Lion was not flush against the post, and then he kind of put it on his skates. Could have bounced in for sure. Slavkovsky, man, right alone in front. What a pass. There you go. What a goal, man. If at first you don't succeed, Dobson will feed you another one. Yeah, exactly. Good point by Mark Denis. That's where Slavkovsky's going to score a lot of his goals in his career. Just parked in front of the net. That's his third of the season, and what a play by Dobson, too. And Suzuki with yet another assist. What an amazing season he's already having. Dobson or Savard. I know you've posted that one already, but it still makes me laugh every time. Because it's true. They basically, in a way, they did replace Savard with Dobson. Bit of a difference, eh? Serge Savard, the legend, the GM. Oh, is he in? Again, is this a prime broadcasting that I'm missing? Damn. What a pass, but what a save by Dobes on the 2-on-1 after the Carrier broken stick. And we got a bit of a kerfuffle behind the net, but really nice play by Jackeye. Very true. Carry stick's broken, and look at Jackeye. You guys gotta like that. You guys gotta like that a lot. That was nice. Second half Slav. Not anymore. He's had a very good first 3 weeks of the season at least. That's what we're gonna see him, man, in front of the net going forward for sure. Yeah, Dobich looked great on that 2-on-1. So did Jackeye, for sure. I mean, it helps that there's an injured defenseman and he was gonna play anyway, but I definitely think can't complain with what I've seen from him and Struble tonight. Those guys have played well. I mean, Dave Anderchuk is a Hall of Famer. Guy could not skate for his life, but park him in front of the net, he's gonna score. Well, let's hope that the Canadians keep the pressure up. So far, they haven't been a team to sit back. I don't feel like they're built for sitting back. So I expect Hudson and Dobson certainly on the back end. Ooh, very good try. Very good try. I missed that one. Did they did the same thing? Good work by the Evans line. Yeah, I think they just need to keep Gallagher and Anderson with Evans. Just keep that line. They're good. Don't need to do anything. It's early in the season, but another point puts Demidov in the lead for points with the Calder. I mean, look, Demidov already doesn't play like a rookie. He looks like he's better at both ends of the ice than I think most people expected. So definitely expect him in the Calder conversation all season. Uh-oh. You tell me the Jays are down 3-1? It's not gonna be pretty in Toronto if this keeps up. Hey, a nice, face-off win for Veleno. I mean, if Veleno keeps winning face-offs, his spot will be pretty secure. Totally agree on this point. Nice for Demidov. Hughes is a genius for having his high-end players start the ELCs early. Nobody can put in offer sheets when it expires. Absolutely. I think, even Slavkovsky came into the league early and everyone was like, he's not ready, he's not ready, he's not ready. I do think it was absolutely to one, give them a taste of the NHL, two, also to get the clock going so that you can sign them. Because if you wait a little longer, yes, off sheets, big problem. The other problem is that they get really good. Like, imagine if Hudson's a year later. Imagine if Slavkovsky's a year later and they're even better players. Suddenly, there's like, you know, are you spending 10 mil on these guys? So I do think that there was a concerted effort to do that. What is Joe Veleno's face-off percentage? Mm, it says 0 for 2. That doesn't seem right. It says 0 for 2, Rick. I don't I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure it's 0 for 2. Yeah, Bolduc has gotten the short end of the stick here, but I think the third line's playing well. I think Bolduc should play with, Demidov, personally. I think that's Demidov deserves the Bolduc to pass to. Hey, the Habs finally. Well, Caulfield gets dumped going to the net. Struble with a really hard shot, hit the post. They thought it was in for a second there, but, well, the Canadiens have a chance to really put this game away here. There's 11:47 left, and they're now on the power play. This is the game right here for Buffalo, I'd say. Man, Bolduc in the slot had a perfect shot, perfect opportunity, but it looks like the pass got a little bit deflected, the centering pass. Yeah, the Sabres players deflected it, and Bolduc fanned on the one-timer, but a very nice attempt. Well, we still got 35 seconds left on the power play here. They haven't quite been able to get anything going. Nobody at the blue line. This looks like it's about over. Oof, hot pass from Suzuki to Demidov across the ice as the power play was ending. Bit too hot to handle though. Back to even strength. Yeah, Lions been really good. Man, Sabres have had. Ooh, Benson's been hot tonight, and look at Dobes. Yeah, Benson had a great opportunity, but Dobes again looking great. Veleno playing it safe there. There you go. Fourth line. Was it Hudson who scored that one? Or was it what a great shift by the fourth line there. Yeah, there's Hudson. Great shift by was it Veleno, Anderson on there. Newhook was on there. Great play. Unreal. Not a great power play, but doesn't matter. So far on the NHL website, it's Hudson assisted by Newhook, but I feel like Veleno will get an assist before too long. That would be my guess. I don't know when that'll be added. Yeah, Dobes is again like that overtime save the other night. This time around, it was on Benson on the one timer. It's gonna end up being huge. So if the game stays as in, who do you start in goal next? Oh boy, that's the question. I think they're gonna put Montembeault against Calgary and then Dobes against Edmonton, would be my guess. Dump Power is dead weight. Is this Owen Power? They might trade him. I don't know. I mean, he's a -2 tonight. He's paid a lot. That guy's paid a lot. Dreaded 2-goal lead, but time's running out for the Sabres. Let's not sit back and defend, gotta go for more, I totally agree. This is not I don't feel like the Canadiens are a sit back kinda team. They certainly didn't sit back after going down 2-1. 21 saves for Dobes tonight. He's looking great. That's a very good point from Mark Denny. Dobes just looks a lot less busy in his crease. That was probably the big strike against him as a rookie. Just as I say that, he his loses the puck in the crease to Talkin almost gives up the goal, and then his helmet looks like it's he took his helmet off and was like, "Yeah, no, no." You can see the strap on his helmet came off, so yes, this is the most pragmatic thing. I mean, the truth is one will play one game and the other will play the other. Oh, and that was a big shift by the Sabres, and they get back into it. Who was that? Great shift. Tyson Kozak scores. Great play by Dallin from the point. And then look at that. 3 Sabres going to the net hard. Very nice goal for that was a very, very nice goal for the Sabres. Really attacked the net hard. What are you gonna do? And then so that's Kozak's first. There's still a lot of time left too. This is definitely not where the Habs wanna be right now. Definitely not where the Habs wanna be right now. Yeah. He's been so solid, but, he was on for that one, eh? Off a s broken pass in front of the net, off a skate. Winger left his man alone. Broken play goal. Yo, there's still 6:33 to go, and the Canadiens look completely lost right now. This is not good. Sabres are playing for their lives right now, and the Habs are trying to get out of there. Oh, all alone in front. Habs finally clear, but it's already right back in their zone. You got a little under 6 minutes to play. Now the Canadiens are really having a hard time getting the puck up the ice. They keep having to retreat back. Was it Krebs who got the goal? Krebs was on the ice. No, Kozak got the goal, but Krebs was definitely there, getting it done. No Ole. No, no, they were singing Ole. Not sure who it was, but it was Sabres player. Oh, is that what you meant by Krebs? Yeah, that was Krebs. Should have read these comments backwards. Oh, what a nice play by it was a 2-on-1, Slavkovsky and Caulfield, and Caulfield tried to float one, but he ended up kind of like trying to catch the goalie off guard. And now, wow, Slavkovsky and Tage Thompson are really getting into it. Wow, you do not see. Yeah, you do not. Slavkovsky's had a heck of a game tonight. You do not want to mess with him. What had him so enraged? Oh yeah, that was Rasmus Dahlin with kind of the extra poke there at the end of the shift. But tonight, Slavkovsky's got the goal. He's got 3 shots, a block, and 3 hits, and he's about to go to the box for a second time, I believe. Is he and Dahlin getting 2 minutes each? Yeah, exactly. Slavkovsky to the box. I think Jackeye had a better game than Struble tonight. I could see that. I thought Jackeye was pretty solid tonight. Was great on that 2-on-1 and on the goal. It was I didn't think it was his fault. He took out his man, but Struble's playing quite a bit tonight. So, but then again, he got the Hudson assignment, right? Put Demidov 4-on-4. Let's do it. Man, so far it's the Sabres who are really taking it to the Habs 4-on-4. Not, I think, what people were expecting, but they're looking great with the extra space. There's a minute left in the 4-on-4. Canadians have not established themselves at all with less guys on the ice. Matheson is taking his sweet time right now, looking for an opening. Oh no, not another blown tire from Matheson going to the net. Oh yeah, it's a 3-on-2. Except this time, Matheson gets back. Yo, when Matheson goes up like that, somebody's got to be watching. I feel like Matheson does it, and then everybody just freezes in place. It's 3 minutes to play, 17 seconds left in the 4-on-4, and the Sabres are very much looking to pull their goalie as soon as they can. They need this. They need this win. The Sabres cannot lose a regulation game against the Habs after finally getting like a little bit of momentum. Lindy Ruff will not stand for it, especially considering how they've played. Even 30-30 in shots. They dominated in the second period. Nice play by Anderson. Puck in. And Slavkovsky, Dahlin are back. There you go. Goalie pulled with 2:26 to go. Oh, and the Canadians are desperate and they just clear it. Nice clear though. Didn't go all the way down the ice, so they're able to get a change. That was a long, long, long shift, and Tage Thompson, guess who, in front of the net, and Dobes keeps his hat to even keep this out. What a lightning quick play. Oh, yeah, he kinda caught it. Yeah, Tage didn't get the shot off, Dobes caught the pass. Canadians call a timeout. There's 1:11 to play, the Habs are still up 3-2. Stu Cowan says, "A very nice night for Jaden Struble. He's really impressed." That was a big face-off win for the Sabres with a minute to play from McLeod, but Canadians ended up dumping it down and taking the icing call. Still a whole minute to play, though. Canadians are hanging by a thread here. So after a few come from behind victories uh, last week, the Canadians are now in a point where they are desperately trying to hold off the Sabres from doing that to them. So let's see how this ends, but there's still a minute left. Another icing for the Habs. I think the line's fresh, so it's not the end of the world, but you don't want to keep giving Buffalo the chance to win a big face-off and control the puck in the offensive zone. So they're gonna have to try something here. What a block by Suzuki. And then the Canadians score in the empty net. Jake Evans. Amazing. Second goal in 39 games for Jake Evans. That sounds about right. But what a block by the captain, eh? Suzuki with the captain style block. I couldn't say it better myself. Hopefully, Struble keeps the consistency up. Last season, he was the same. You'd be good and then be indifferent. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And this one's done. The Canadiens did not play amazing the entire time, but they were good enough and they held off, I think, a very, very desperate Buffalo team to pick up 2 points in regulation against a Atlantic Division opponent. So they had their homestand, just 1 loss in the homestand, and now they're about to head on the road for a pretty tough Western Canadian road swing, but they put themselves in a very good position, at 5-2, and, yeah, we got, Hudson scoring his first of the year, we got, Evans scoring his first of the year, so a very nice game in the end. Well, thank you guys all so much for joining, and, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Yeah, we'll do Wednesday's game. Probably not gonna do every game like I didn't do Saturday's game. I probably won't be doing the Saturday games, unless it's a big one, but, I'll definitely be here on Wednesday. So we'll do Wednesday's game together, and then we'll see where the week takes us, man, but if the team keeps winning, I'll keep showing up, and if you keep showing up, I'll keep showing up, and if you guys wanna show me more artwork that you're working on, I'm happy to show it off, and be sure to follow along. We'll also have About Last Night, coming out in the morning. Oh, Dobes, 3rd star. Very nice.